In the Geometry community, you might see a lot of people hotly discuss what they consider to be the worst rated level in Geometry Dash. Oftentimes when they do this, they're just using the topic as an excuse to shit on accomplishments on the Demons list. For example, the worst rated level might be Buff This, or Thinking Space, or Firework, or Arcturus. I've actually seen people say that Slaughterhouse is the worst rated level in the game. No, its decoration is great. What are you talking about? Yes, it has shit gameplay, but there was clearly effort put into the level. However, I will say that this has gotten me very, very interested in the topic, so I decided to do a little bit of digging and present what I consider the actual 10 worst rated levels in this game. Now, not all of these are going to be demons. In fact, I think only one of them is. And on top of that, I want you to keep in mind that I've been playing this game since it first came out. I have seen the worst of the worst from this community, and so I have a lot of prior knowledge going into preparing this list. Hopefully we'll have some levels you've never heard of on it. You've probably heard of some of these, but you probably haven't heard of all of these. So with that being said, let's get into my list of the 10 worst rated levels. So the first level we have today is Trollface LOL, and how do I even review this? Like, you're looking at it. This is the level. It's just copy-pasted troll faces the entire level, and you just sit there flying above them. There is nothing special to this. How do you even review something like this? Like, why is this rated? What is the point? It's just this for an entire level's length. But I think the worst part for me is the fact that this is rated auto. And if you're wondering why that's a big deal, well, boy oh boy, I can't wait to play this random 1-star I found called Trollface LOL. This better be a really cool auto level. So you might be thinking, why does a miss rate count against this level? Well, it doesn't. I just think it's really stupid that it's rated auto. However, the fact it's rated auto proves another point. Why is this not auto? And you might be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, all you had to do was place a jump pad or a yellow portal, and this could have very well been an auto. Don't believe me? In the footage you've been looking at, I've been using reverse input, meaning I have not clicked a single fucking time. This could have been an auto. So next up we have Buckle Your Pants. Bad gameplay, bad decoration, or rather lack of decoration, and a nong that makes no goddamn sense. Yeah, this level's pretty bad. Now, in fairness to that last point, the song was not always a nong. However, that doesn't change the fact that it's a nong now, and that's pretty fucking annoying. I think the worst part of this level is the fact that it was released in 2.0, yet it looks like this. This could have actually been a really interesting and funny joke level, but instead it's just text and the same pixel art copy-pasted throughout the level. I don't understand it at all, honestly. And while the song was kinda funny when the level was first released, yeah, this song has been overplayed to shit, so even the funny points are gone. So, I don't know, this level is, it's nothing. It is arguably one of the worst joke levels I've ever seen. So after that, we have Geese, I don't really know how to pronounce that. Yeah, this is an auto, and so you might be wondering, what's wrong with this level? I wonder why this level's at negative 75,644 likes. It can't be that bad. You're serious. So here we have yet another level that's rated auto despite not being an auto. There is an explanation for this. Apparently at one point in time, 1-star was the easy difficulty and not the auto difficulty. In fact, I don't even think the auto difficulty existed. So this isn't the fault of the creator or RobTop. This is just a very weird phenomenon in the raid standards that has not been fixed. So is that really a critique against the level? No, but I do understand the dislikes. What I can say, however, is that even if this level was properly rated, and by the way, if it was properly rated, it'd probably be like a 4 or 5-star, probably a 4-star. Yeah, the gameplay sucks. There's a blind jump that you can only really reliably make using the music sync, and even then you have to arbitrarily pick a part of the song to click alongside. But on top of that, it's got unreasonably difficult ship gameplay. This is tight ship gameplay. And yeah, no, this level is just not great. It's also really, really short. So next up we have Techno Dash, and honestly, I don't even know what to say. Like, the gameplay is not that bad, although it does have some blind jumps and a lot of it does feel forced. But the decoration, I swear to God, some of the most beautiful levels in this game don't get rated. And then this. What is this? Oh, hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? What's that? It's not their first rated level? Well, then what is their first rated level? Wait, this? This is their first level. And it's featured. And it looks this good? But wait, no, hold on. What? But that doesn't make any sense! That level's actually good! What the fuck, really? Yeah, so as it turns out, this creator is fully capable of making some insanely good levels and has made several really good levels. And their first level is a featured level that I wouldn't honestly argue if it was rated epic. I don't understand why this level is as bad as it is, and why it's rated. So next up we have Dora Bay Basic 12. Look, before you give me any shit, I love Dora Bay as a creator, and I love all of Dora Bay's levels, but this one specifically is not very good. This one was made in 2.0, and it uses a lot of moving object abuse, but that's not the worst part of it. See, this level is really fucking inconsistent, and I don't mean inconsistent in regards to playability, I mean inconsistent as to the rules of the level. For example, in this part, none of the level kills you, and you can slide as the UFO, except for this part where the object moves towards you. There's also a lot of dumb bullshit, like, there are parts where you can't see the spikes, but there are spikes there and they kill you, and I think what Dora Bay was going for was making the glow an obstacle, but it doesn't work. This level is so fucking nonsensical at best, it's just not fun to play. Even if you can deal with the early 2.0 moving object bullshit, you still have to deal with just the inconsistency into what kills you and what doesn't. Sometimes you'll have two things that are the same in the level. One of them kills you, the other does not, and because of that, I really dislike this level. Also, the song sucks. Next up, we have Don't Rate This Level, and before we even get into this, I want to say that I'm reviewing these levels based off of what they are like as a rated level, based off of the current rate standards, not off of the quality of the level. I actually think Don't Rate This Level is a really good level because it's a really, really good parody of what generic 2.0 levels were like. The problem comes in with the fact that the level was rated. See, the thing about this level is that it ends with 4 frame-perfect clicks. At least I think they're frame-perfect. They might have a little bit more opening than frame-perfect, but they may as well be frame-perfect. And the thing is, rating a level that ends with these 4 clicks is a really bad idea, because you cannot rate this level Demon, because the rest of it's actually fitting its difficulty. It's like 4-star. But 4-star is inaccurate because no one who hasn't beaten a demon is going to be able to beat this level. Even beyond all that stuff, though, that's all just rate standard stuff. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the level. And as for the level, there isn't really anything I need to say. I already explained it. The level was designed to be a generically bad 2.0 level. It's bad on purpose, I get it, but just because it's done on purpose doesn't mean it wasn't done. The level was designed to be bad, so therefore it's bad. Simple. So the next level we have is called Stereo Whiteness. Yeah, that's actually what it's called. Basically, to describe this level, think Stereo Madness, but with altered gameplay, slope jumps, and oddly tight ship parts. There is an off-center ship duel that you have to center by holding the second you go into a portal. And yeah, the thing that makes this level so bad is also its gimmick. The fact that these white blocks cover the foreground and make it so you can't see spikes and blocks. This gimmick would actually be pretty cool if it didn't look like it was done by a child using the swipe tool. Yeah, I don't like this level. Now we're getting into the real bullshit with New Beginning 2. This level's kind of funny, actually, because I discovered it when I was making my video where I beat every rated level using Never Be Alone by the Fat Rat. This level is basically the best example I could give anybody as to why 2.0 was a frustrating update to be in, because most of the rated levels were like this, although definitely nowhere near as bad as this, but this is a pretty good summary as to why early 2.0 was bad. Bad decoration, even for its time, unfair moving objects, really buggy gameplay, and skips. Skips aplenty. Most of this wave section I'm able to do at half speed. You're supposed to be like 3x speed for most of it. So yeah, that's a thing. And I got a comment on the ball part at the end. This ball part looks very straightforward, but it's not. See, the intent is to spam through this and not click going through certain ones, but the issue is, the way this part is set up, oftentimes you'll be able to flip gravity as you go out of a gravity portal, and it's kind of hard to describe, but what can often happen is instead of going to the ground like you're supposed to, it'll just throw you into the spikes. It's really, really hard to describe. You'd have to play this level for yourself to understand, but just know that this ending is the most inconsistent and unfair bullshit, and to put it at the end is really, really fucked. See, the thing that's hard about criticizing a level based off its gameplay is that you have to be able to describe the gameplay, and with New Beginning 2, it's kind of hard to describe it because of how lackluster and boring it is. I really, really recommend you try this in practice mode just to understand for yourself why it's so bad, because it is really hard to describe here. But honestly, the gameplay is just one of the many factors. This level looks terrible, the song is abysmal, and it's an overplayed song, so there's that. Everything about this level just sucks. There's nothing else to it. I do not like this level. Our next level is a pretty obvious pick. Anyone who's done this, and by this I'm referring to looking for bad levels on purpose, they've probably come across this level. It's a really hated level and a really commonly brought up bad level. Melody by Sweet Dude is, in my opinion, slightly overhated, but still a terrible level. First and foremost, the song is annoying as shit. I really am glad The Living Tombstone is moving past this era of just abusing the robot voice filter, because it's genuinely some of his worst music came from this sound. I do not like this song at all, and it's probably the worst possible song that Sweet Dude could have picked for this level. It is such a god-awful song. But even beyond that, this level is just a color overload. I normally like eye-strain visuals, however, this level takes it a step too far, as it is just way too much on the eyes. The issue doesn't even come from eye strain itself, it's that you have to really look closely at this eye strain visuals to understand the gameplay. Especially on the part later on, there's a ship part, and there are arrows telling you whether or not the blocks are going to move or stay still. Basically, the arrows tell you whether or not you have to go in the center or go on the bottom or top. And the issue is, to look at these arrows, you have to look really closely, which hurts because the level looks like this. It's not fun at all, and I don't understand why Sweet Dude thought over-decorating the level like this was a good idea. To make matters worse, even if we were to play the level in layout mode, it wouldn't help, as the gameplay is just really, really bad. A lot of it is the same copy-pasted repetitive bullshit, and whenever it's not being copy-pasted and repetitive, it's really, really unfair to the player. There is a Hertz bug in this level, which obviously I'm not going to count against the level because that's not the fault of the creator. However, what is the fault of the creator is the thing that causes it being really, really stupid, and that's this dumb gimmick where the platform just randomly spurts up and throws the player above a saw blade as a fake. That might be one of the most disgusting fakes I've ever seen in any 2.0 level. That is dumb. Overall, this level just isn't good all around. I hate this level. Alright, so before we get to our number one, I'd like to give a couple honorable mentions. These are just levels that I was considering putting on the list, but for one reason or another, I took them off the list, but they're still worth mentioning. Moving obstacles by some star is one of the first 2 stars to come up when you search by 2 star in the search filter, and because of that, this level gets a lot of hate. Its entire gimmick is that moving objects are the obstacles, and that makes it kind of annoying to play. Originally, I fucking hated this level, and I considered putting it on the list because I really just didn't like how the moving objects were used. But I found out something recently that I kind of feel stupid for not knowing. This level was made in 1.9. Yeah, I know, I've been in this community since the game first came out, how'd I not know this? But honestly, I didn't know about this level till around 2.1, so can you blame me? It was around 2.1 where I started trying to be every rated 2 star, so I didn't know about it until then. But yeah, no, I looked into the editor as of making this video, actually, and I realized that this level was actually made in 1.9, and that none of the objects are actually moving, they're just abusing color triggers, which means this level's insanely creative for its time. If anything, this level might have actually inspired Update 2.0, which, for what it's worth, is kinda cool. Now, of course, this level still isn't that fun to play, however, I've had a change of heart, and I think this level is not a bad level. I don't think it's eligible for the list, I think this level's really cool, and it deserves praise, because this method of creating moving objects is actually really, really cool. The next 2 levels I removed from the list for the exact same reason, but they're still worth a mention. Xmas Challenge by Andromeda and Challenge by Mask I was originally putting on the list because I thought their miss rate was really, really stupid. See, these levels are both rated 2 star, and their entire thing is that they're challenge levels. First of all, the fact they're rated challenge levels in general is kind of stupid, but beyond that, these levels are really, really difficult. Although, I think Challenge by Mask is worse than Xmas Challenge, because Mask's Challenge got updated at some point and has a random red jump pad in it, and that red jump pad leads to one of the most annoying blind jumps I've ever had to do. However, once you actually learn these levels and play them, they're actually kind of fun, and on top of that, I kind of realized that it'd be a bit unfair to criticize a level based off of what happened to it due to the rate standards. Andromeda had no control over what his level would get rated. Same with Mask. This whole thing is the fault of the rate standards and not the fault of the level or the creator. These levels are still good, just heavily misrated. So our final honorable mention is Dumb Ways to Die by Sweet Dude. This is literally just Melody by Sweet Dude, but it's an auto, and it uses a really shitty cover of Dumb Ways to Die. So the funny thing about this level is it's bad in the exact same way except for the gameplay, because again, it's an auto, and that's actually why it's an honorable mention and why it's not on the list. See, it may still be painful to look at, but at least with this level, I don't have to play it, and I could just look away. I could literally, like, put this level on, go make a cup of coffee, come back, and the level's completed, and I didn't have to deal with any of what makes the level bad. As a quick side note, too, and I know Hertzbugs are something the creator does not have control of, similar to the rating thing. However, it's worth throwing out that this level does not have 240 Hertzbugs, which is kind of insane for an auto. Dumb Ways to Die by Sweet Dude might be bad, however, in my opinion, it is not bad enough to be eligible for the list, as Melody exists. So, with all of that out of the way, let's get to our number 1. So, for the final entry on the list, I'm gonna give an extreme epilepsy warning. Even if you don't have photosensitive epilepsy, I would be careful with this level. In the video, it's gonna be heavily slowed down, so it shouldn't be as bad for you. However, the warning still stands, and especially if you plan to go and play this level. Stereo Madness V4 by Player is definitely the worst rated level in my opinion. This thing has no right to be rated, and unlike the challenge levels mentioned in the honorable mentions list, it is the fault of the creator. This level legitimately feels like something you'd find in the recent tab. It's literally just Stereo Madness, but with red glow put everywhere, and the elephant in the room, the flashing light background. Now here's the thing, these flashing lights are not the fastest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I watched the uncensored version of Electric Soldier Porygon, the banned epileptic Pokemon episode, and this is nowhere near as bad as that. It's also not even as bad as something like Nine Circles in terms of flashing lights. However, it is one of the most painful things I've looked at if you disregard Electric Soldier Porygon. This level is not very fun on your vision, and what makes this level so bad isn't necessarily that you're looking at flashing lights, it's that you have to look closely at flashing lights. See, here's the thing, this level will flash a very steady pace at the player, and it's a very harsh color, it's a very eye-straining color, so eye strain mixed with flashing lights instantly hurts the player's vision. This level is not fun to look at, it hurts, but to make matters worse, on top of those flashing lights, you have to focus on Stereo Madness. Now, for certain players, Stereo Madness is completely free, but for someone who's new to the game and is looking for 3 stars to improve, yeah, this would suck. The thing about Stereo Madness V4 is that it's still a Geometry Dash level, so you still have objects moving across the screen as the lights are flashing, so you're not going to be looking at the flashing background, you're going to be looking at the blocks with the flashing background behind them, which makes it even worse. Couple that with the fact you need to focus on the gameplay and not the decoration, and yeah, this will make you feel very sick very quick. This is one of the only levels that I can say has ever made me feel physically sick. Yeah, no, this might not be as bad visually as something like Super Epileptic, which arguably has worse flashing lights. The thing about this is the steadiness of it and the harsh colors makes this one of the most nauseating examples of it. And to make matters worse, when you get to the ship transition, they start flashing different colors, and there are these pastel pinks, and the colors are just mainly the culprit here. It's not necessarily that it's a steady flashing light in and of itself, it's that it's a steady flashing light of these colors in particular. Flashing lights aside, this is literally just Stereo Madness with 2 buffs. The buffs are these individual walls in the ship part. Most of the ship part's still the same, it's just these very, very, very specific walls. And the other part that was changed is, as far as I can tell, I think this triple was extended. But at the same time, that could just be me being motion sick beating this level, because by the time I got to the triples, the background was really starting to make me feel sick. But either way, I'm pretty sure this triple and these walls are the only buffs in this level. Well, the third coin is the unnerfed version of the third coin as well, but the coins aren't in this level, so that doesn't really matter. To me, that's the kick in the nuts with this level. It's not just a bad level because of its visuals, and it's not just a bad level because the gameplay is lazy. This level is quite literally Stereo Madness with 3 sets of objects changed. That's it. This is literally something you could find in the recent tab, because all it is a copy of Stereo Madness with some color triggers. Like, I can go to the editor right now and show you. It's just fucking triggers. That's the only difference from this in normal Stereo Madness, aside from these random buffs. The interesting thing, too, is that this level doesn't have an original button, which implies that it wasn't copied from anywhere. This means one or two things. One, this person managed to copy Stereo Madness without the copyable button appearing, which I don't know how you would do that. Or two, this person rebuilt Stereo Madness by hand. That would be really, really stupid, because just imagine rebuilding the entirety of Stereo Madness only to decide to make the background impossible to look at without wanting to throw up. See, the thing is, Melody by Sweet Dude might cause eye strain within seconds of looking at it, but at least that level had a sliver of creativity to it. You can tell that there was intent to make that level unique. This is literally just Stereo Madness, but it hurts your eyes. Yeah, no, this is easily my pick for the worst level. Ow. That fucking sucked to play. You know what, I could record an outro for this, but like, I don't think I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Like, originally I was gonna upload it as something like the worst level I've ever played or something like that. I would have, like, you know, put the name of the level, and then after that it would have just been, like, worst level. I don't know, I thought that would have been a funny title. But, like, this level is a genuine health risk. Because I get it, I upload a lot of levels with flashing lights. I think there's a completion of Super Epileptic on my channel. And this may not flash as quickly, but due to the intense colors and the way it flashes, this is honestly one of the most painful things I've looked at in this game. Why is this rated? If ratings are supposed to be a statement on the quality of the decoration, which at this point that's what rates are, if they're supposed to be that, then why is this rated? The decoration isn't good, it's just a fucking color trigger loop. It's a legitimate risk to people's health, because even if you don't have epilepsy, because I definitely don't have epilepsy, I love flashing lights, and I can't handle this level. Ah, God, I'm unironically getting a fucking headache from this. I'm gonna have to go take some fucking medicine. Jesus Christ. It only took me 11 attempts, but that 11 attempts fucking hurt. So that was my list of the 10 worst rated levels in this game. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah. I, again, have still been blowing up consistently since my rate standards video, and I can't thank you enough for all of the views and all of the nice comments and just all the support. It means a lot, and yeah, thank you for watching.